Welcome back to Sarah's Bites, everyone. Today we're going to be making pumpkin cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. I don't know about you guys, but it is 95 degrees here in Texas, even though it's going to be October next week. But pumpkin season is upon us, so let's do this. So let's go ahead and mix the dry ingredients together first. You're going to need 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. If you like more cinnamon or the smell of cinnamon, go ahead and add another half a teaspoon. I'm not a big cinnamon fan, so I just did half a teaspoon. Set your dry ingredients to the side, and we're gonna go ahead and make our cream cheese frosting. So get your stand mixer or handheld mixer, and you can even whisk this by hand, but it will take a little bit longer. You're gonna get 1 cup of unsalted butter and just 1 block of full fat cream cheese. I do think the low fat kind does taste a little bit different, does not have as much flavor. So go ahead and get the full fat 1 block of cream cheese and mix everything for a good minute to a minute and a half. You want your butter and cream cheese to be incorporated very well together and be very smooth before you add your powdered sugar. So next up, go ahead and add 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can leave the cinnamon out if you don't want that in the frosting. I think it adds a little bit more flavor just because we did add less cinnamon to the actual batter. Mix once more on high for about 30 more seconds just to make sure everything is very well incorporated and mixed up together. And just be sure to use your spatula to get those sides in there as well. When your frosting is done mixing, go ahead and set it in the fridge while we make the batter. That way the frosting will thicken up a little bit more. In a large mixing bowl, go ahead and grab your 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree and just use whatever brand you prefer. Add 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I use light brown sugar and you can use dark as well. And then I actually put in 3 small eggs because I had some farm fresh, very tiny small eggs. So I used 3, but just use 2 large or regular sized eggs. Add to that a half a cup of vegetable oil, and you're gonna mix everything together with your mixer or by hand, whatever you prefer, for about 30 seconds until everything is blended in very well, and then we'll add our dry ingredients on top. Go ahead and add half of your dry ingredients to this batter, mix for about 10 seconds, and then add the other half. And just mix another 30 seconds or so. Do not overbeat at this point because everything has been mixing for quite a while. I like to add in 2 separate batches just so that you don't have flour flying all over the place. Grab your spatula and you're just going to scrape the sides of that bowl because you will see some dry flour stuck to it. So I finally invested in a new cookie scoop, so this is going to be so much easier than using a spoon. And it does make sure that they are pretty much the same size, but with cupcakes, I don't think they really do have to be all the same size. You're going to frost them anyway. And this batter does make actually about 16. So you're going to see in the end here, I have some left over. And what I did was just add a bit more to each cupcake. Bake these at 350 for 22 to 26 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Be sure to let your cupcakes cool for about 20 to 30 minutes so that your frosting does not melt as you're frosting them. And I used a disposable piping bag here with the Wilton 2A tip. Just use whatever you want and frost them whichever way that you guys like. These cupcakes are ready to enjoy, especially since your frosting was in the fridge. You don't have to wait for anything to cool off. If you enjoyed watching this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. If you have any feedback or if you end up trying this recipe, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'll have all the ingredients in the description, and you can also see them on sarahsbites.com. Thanks, everyone.